What are you settling for in your life right now? What are you allowing yourself to experience that you may not be happy about? What are you tolerating and consenting to and accepting in your life right now? These are some very important questions that we're going to go in more depth with on today's video. And I really want you to start to ponder them for yourself throughout this video as you listen in. If you don't know who I am, I'm Coach Tony, and welcome into my channel. Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you watching. And if you like what you're watching, be sure to like it. And if you really like it, make sure you subscribe to my channel because I'm going to be sharing lots of cool ideas with you this year that will really help you level up your life like never before. So the question is, right, what are you settling for in your life right now? On a previous video that I just recorded a couple days ago, I'm going to link out to it right here. I talked about the life balance exercise that I myself go through each year and each quarter, quite honestly, and I have my clients go through it as well. What that exercise allows you to do is go through each of the main areas of your life that are important to you and rate yourself on how happy you are in each of those areas. And if you're not happy in any given area, this is your chance to start to make a change in that area. And that's really what I want to help you do on today's video is, all right, well, what could I do to really shift this area for myself significantly? Not just a minor incremental shift, but really significantly. That's what we're going to talk about on today's video for you. But it starts with the awareness of where am I settling? What am I settling for? Right? What results am I experiencing that I'm not happy with? And the very first question that you want to ask yourself is why? Why are you settling for that result in your life right now? Why are you accepting that behavior from someone else, maybe if someone's treating you bad or poorly? Why are you accepting that amount of money in the bank if it's not that much, let's say? Why are you staying at the job that you hate, right? What is it? What's going on in your life? Why are you accepting the level of health that you currently have or the level of, energy or vitality that you're currently experiencing in your body if right now you're super tired and fatigued, right? I just want you to check in right now. Why? Why am I accepting this level of result for myself? An idea I talk about a lot is you are manifesting, right? The results you're currently getting right now in your life are being dictated by what I call the thermostat of your life. And really, what is that? It's your self identity, it's who you are. Who you are is actually the thermostat of your life. And you are attracting in opportunities, people, circumstances, or lack thereof, depending on where you're set into your life. And so the idea is if you want to start to attract in better people, better circumstances, better opportunities, more money, better health, a more loving and caring partner, whatever that looks like for you, we've got to first shift and change and set a new set point of the thermostat that is currently dictating our results. Well, what exactly is this thermostat? Well, your self identity, there's lots of aspects of it. And I've done many other videos on this already. And be sure to post the most relevant ones down below. So be sure to check those out in the description below. But the idea is your self identity, who you are right now, is dictating the current level of results you're experiencing in your life. Well, some of the most powerful questions that actually reveal to you the limiting factors of your self identity are the ones I started off with in the beginning of this video. What are you settling for? What are you allowing? What are you tolerating and consenting to in your life? And what are you accepting as an experience in any given area of your life? Well, if you ask yourself any of those questions, because they're all very similar, but they just have slightly different perspectives on that area. And so you can ask yourself, what am I consenting to, right, in that area of my life? So let's just say you don't have a whole lot of money in the bank and you're kind of living paycheck to paycheck or week to week, which I've experienced a lot throughout my life back in the day. All right. And it's not fun. And it was one of the areas of life that I really focused on shifting. Well, that's what we're going to talk about in today's videos. We've got to flow a lot more energy and attention to that area. Because there's this idea of, are you going all in on shifting your identity in that area? Or are you just dabbling? Are you just hoping and wishing that these results will shift? Because I got news for you. If that's what you're doing, it's not going to shift a whole lot. We've got to go all in. And I'm wearing my Spartan shirt on purpose on today's video because I want to use that as a reference. There's a particular part of the movie 300, which I love that movie, by the way. If you haven't seen it, it's a very motivating movie and I highly recommend it. But there's really a scene in that movie where King Leonidas is talking to the other Greek army and is asking them about what is their occupation? Like, where are they spending most of their time? And here's the actual clip that you can watch.
We heard Sparta was on the warpath. We were eager to join forces.
If it is blood you seek, you're welcome to join us.
But you bring only this handful of soldiers against Xerxes? I see I was wrong to expect Sparta's commitment to at least match our own.
Doesn't it? You, there. What is your profession?
I'm a potter, sir.
And you, Arcadian, what is your profession?
Sculptor, sir.
You?
Blacksmith.
Spartans! What is your profession? You see, old friend, I brought more soldiers than you did.
And did you get like how the Greeks were answering? They had different occupations, but then when the Spartans were asked, what did they do? They are warriors through and through. That's all they do. That is their occupation. All they do is eat, breathe, and live fighting and training. In fact, death isn't even a limitation for them. Death is actually an honor. That's to the level of belief that they have in themselves. Is, hey, if they die on the battlefield, guess what? It's their highest honor. That is pretty much impervious, right? I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to go into battle with someone who didn't care if they died, in the battle. They're going all in on the fight, in other words. That's the difference. If you can go all in on whatever it is you're doing, if you can eat, breathe, drink, and live being that version of yourself, right? In other words, if you want to make a lot more money, we've got to start to flow a lot more energy and attention to making more money and taking it more serious. We've got to change the thermostat and the set point of the amount of money that we're going to be making in our life. We've got to start thinking differently, feeling differently, believing different beliefs, taking different actions on a regular basis if we're ever going to expect to start to make more money, right? If we're going to change our health, we've got to start to think way differently about the foods we're eating, the actions we're taking, the exercises, and the energy expenditure that you're expending on a regular basis. We've got to take inventory of it and challenge it and say, all right, well, why am I allowing myself to behave in this manner right now? And maybe you're not exercising on a regular basis. Maybe you're not taking your health seriously for whatever reasons. Well, that's what we want to do, is figure out what are those specific thoughts, feelings, actions, beliefs, all the things that are keeping us from actually taking the actions and embodying the version of us that we need to embody. We need to set a new thermostat for our life, because that is what is controlling your level that's coming in right now. That's what's controlling each area of your life. And we have a thermostat set for each area of our life. That's why that life balance exercise is so powerful, because you can take inventory of each area of your life. Well, I've got news for you. I've been working on this for many years, and I am very, very happy with each area of my life. And now it's just a matter of making it even better, refining it even more, right? When your glass is full, it starts to overflow. And now that overflow can pour into other people's glasses and cups, right? That's the idea. That's why I became a coach. When I figured a lot of this stuff out for myself and started actually living the life of my dreams on a regular basis, I'm excited to help other people do the same. It doesn't take any more energy for me to help you, right? Because it's just pouring from the overflow that's already happened in my cup. I hope it makes sense. But that's actually how you become a successful coach or teacher, is you've got to be overflowing in your cup. And that way the overflow spills into other people's cups, right? Well, that's the idea, is if you can level up each of the areas of your own life and you're happy and you're thriving in each area of your life, guess what? You're winning life. You're succeeding. That's what I want for all of you. If I can do it, of all the people on planet Earth, if I can do it, you can do it too. I promise. You can make lots of money, have amazing health and strength and vitality. You can have amazing relationships, a loving, significant partner with lots of amazing kids. I got 4 boys who keep me on my toes all the time, right? All the things. And the idea here is if you're not happy in any area, I want you to understand that you can change it at any given moment. And you have the power all the time. Actually, the power is always in the present moment. You can shift your life and shift the trajectory of your life just by thinking differently, more empowered in that area. Thinking instead of why I can't do it is how can I do it, right? What if I could do this? What if I could have amazing health? What if I could have an amazing, loving, caring partner that loved me for who I was, right? What if I could have an overflowing amount of abundance come into my life each and week and every month moving forward, right? What if I didn't have to struggle in any area of my life? What if life was awesome and I was the creator of that? I've got news for you. You are. You are the creator of your life. No matter what has happened to you in your life, it doesn't have to be your barrier forever. You create the meaning of everything in your life, including everything you've been through. So if you've been telling yourself a story of why you can't have something, or, oh, that's just not realistic because of this XYZ that's happened, well, guess what? That doesn't have to be your reality moving forward. You can have a new level, a new thermostat set point of realistic, actually. Let's just say having $10,000 in the bank all the time isn't realistic for you right now. That could be. What if it could be realistic for you? What if it was $100,000 in your bank account? What if that was realistic for you? I want you to start to challenge your current set point and your current level and thermostat for yourself, okay? I want you to literally turn it up, test it out. How would that feel for you? What would you be thinking if that was your new level of reality and that was your realistic set point? And the idea here is you've got to go all in on that area, though. That's really the whole idea I want you to think about on today's video, right? Is where am I settling in my life and why? And how could I go all in on that moving forward? How can I go all in? How can I become a Spartan in that area, right? Let's just say you want to lose 50 pounds this year. How can you become a Spartan in that area? Super disciplined, super motivated. That is your new set point, right? I'm a Spartan. Well, that's exactly what you do. Step number one is you are literally going to personify and have an image or an idea represent what it means to have achieved your goal. So in other words, if you want to be 50 pounds lighter, what represents that for you right now? Maybe it's a person, maybe it's a thing, maybe it's like an apple, right? It's health, it represents health. Maybe it's a smile because you're going to be happier when you're that version of yourself. Whatever that looks like, I want you to nail that down. Okay, choose an image. For one of my clients last year, he was going for more confidence on the football field. Well, what represented that for him was a Viking and like a beard, right? And the helmet. Well, that's similar to the Spartan logo, right? Is this represents strength and discipline and motivation and the highest level of it. That's why I love wearing Spartan stuff. And I've got a few shirts that I love to train in that really represent the level that I'm striving for, right? Well, what is that for you? In whatever area you're looking to progress in this year, okay? So that's step number one. Pick an image that represents it. Feel how that makes you feel. When I look at the Spartan logo, automatically, it's almost instinctually, I feel way stronger. Like I feel like I can take on anything. If I just look and start to embody it almost, right? It's almost as if I'm putting the helmet on and I'm becoming a Spartan in that moment. Right? The same idea for you, right? In whatever area of life that you're looking to expand, become that version. Maybe it is a more confident version. Maybe it is a more abundant version. Maybe it is a more worthy version, or maybe it is a more loved version. Whatever that looks like for you, that's what I want you to put on. Okay. So step number two is how does it make you feel? What's the feeling and emotion tied to that representative image or idea? Okay. And then step number three is what are the actions and behavior of that image? What does that idea represent? And in what way? Like, how are they showing up? How would you show up as the Spartan version of yourself, right? How would you show up as the Viking version of yourself? How would you show up on a daily basis? So the last analogy I want to share with you really quick is the idea behind the little water gun game at the arcade. Have you ever played the arcade game at state fairs or whatever, where you're shooting the water at the target and the level is going up and up and up, and whoever wins the race at the very top quit the fastest? gets the biggest prize, right? Well, that's how manifestation and that's how success actually works. Is you got to flow lots of energy, especially on a consistent basis, towards whatever it is that you're desiring. And it's got to be relentless. You've got to be aimed at that target for a sustained period of time until you start to see it happen in your life, until it starts to come into your life. Well, just like the Spartan analogy, is you've got to go all in on that thing. If you're going to ensure success in that area of your life, you've got to go all in. You can't be settling for the results you keep getting over and over again if you're not happy with them. You've got to become a new version of yourself in that area. And on lots of videos, I talk about this, but we're going to start to go deeper and deeper on future videos with these ideas. So I hope that sounds cool. And if it does, let me know what you think in the comments. And like I said, like this video and share it with others if you think they'd find value in it as well. But the idea here is that you have all the power. No one else has any power over you, actually. And if you think otherwise, I want you to start challenging that. I want you to start to realize that whatever's been done to you, or whatever negative thing anyone's done to you that has defined you up until this point, it doesn't need to define you any longer. In fact, you can make a decision in this very moment to let go of your past entirely, to just start over, pretend you have amnesia to whatever's happened in your past, and you can move forward in a totally different direction. You can move forward not taking that luggage or weight along with you. You can just let go of it and shed it and say, you know what? That doesn't have to define me any longer. In fact, I'm no longer going to be XYZ, right? Poor, alone, unhappy, whatever, miserable, right? I'm no longer going to be this because of XYZ, whichever person or experience I've gone through. Instead, I am going to choose to react and respond differently in my life. When I think about that thing that has happened to me, I'm going to think about it differently. I'm going to gain a new perspective around it. I'm going to think in terms of, hey, what lesson could I learn from this experience? What positive, what silver lining could come out of this in my life, right? And what meaning could I give this thing that has happened to me, from the past? What new meaning could I give this in the future? And the example I always use for my clients and for people is my dad. My dad passed away at a very young age, and it really was a life-changing experience for me. In fact, for many years of my life, in fact, 20 years of my life, it was devastating to me. That event and circumstance and my dad and all the things that happened around that. He died of pancreatic cancer, by the way. And it was very sudden. He didn't even know he had cancer. It happened over a weekend, actually. He went in because we thought he was sick with pneumonia. And on a Friday, he was admitted to the hospital. And on that Monday, he died. So it's a very sudden thing that happened. And it was devastating to our family, devastating to me in particular, because I was 15 years old. He was only 42. In fact, I'm 42 right now. And it's kind of crazy to think about because I'm the age my dad was when he passed on. I had lots of thoughts about that. I had lots of beliefs about that for myself. But the idea is that was devastating. That moment and experience in my life was devastating for many years. And I used it as a reason why I wasn't doing certain things in my life or why I was a certain way I was in my life. I was a shy, introverted, angry person at one point in my life, actually. And this was a long time ago, of course. But that's what defined me in my life. Well, the idea is after I started learning about these self-development ideas and I started learning all about what I'm teaching you on this channel, I started to challenge that idea. I started to let go of that energy, actually. That was emotional energy that was stuck inside of my body. And there's one video I'm going to leave down below in particular that will actually help you shed any emotional energy you're holding on to in your life and body. And check that out down below. I'll actually star it so you can really see that video there. But there's an exercise you can do that allows you to let go of that energy. And I share with you the exact exercise that allowed me to get rid of that energy for myself around my dad. But that was what I call oak tree in my life. The oak tree that towered over all the other experiences that I went through in my life. My dad was my oak tree. And so in order to knock down that oak tree, I had to let go of and gain a new perspective around that event and experience. And I was able to do that successfully about 5 years ago. And that's literally when I became a next level coach for myself, because I understood that, hey, we hold on to energy and emotion in our body and how to get rid of it actually. And that's really what my next level of coaching does for people is I help you uncover what's going on there and how to start to liberate that for yourself and how to release it from your body and not to be a victim to it and be a slave to it for the rest of your life. You can actually shed that. You can let go of it. You could create a new meaning around that event for yourself. You have all the power. That's really what I want you to take away from this video is you have all the power. You choose how to respond. Although you can't control other people's actions, you can choose how you respond to them, to their actions and behaviors. You can choose how you react to anything. And you get what you allow, accept, and tolerate and consent to in your life. You get what you're settling for in your life as well. To circle all the way back as we started this video. So that's really what I want you to challenge. What are you settling for and why? What are you allowing, accepting, and tolerating and consenting to in your life right now? And why? And I want you to challenge it. I want you to think in terms of, all right, well, what would the version of me, what idea would represent that version of myself? The Spartan, right? The Viking, the smile, whatever that looks like, the apple, all the weird examples I gave on today's video, whatever that is, right? How would that make me feel? How would I be showing up? What different choices would I be making on a daily basis? What would I be allowing in on a daily basis? Would I allow myself to sit on the couch or go to the gym or, even not even go to the gym? Just get up and do jumping jacks or squats instead of sitting on the couch all night. Would I allow myself to eat a certain way? Would I allow others to treat me a certain way? Right? You can challenge this for yourself. You don't have to accept the way anyone's treating you even. You can stand up for yourself. You decide your own worth. All these things, right? I really want you to start challenging them for yourself. And if this resonates, let me know in the comments below. The very last step of this is decide. Decide to be someone new and better and different moving forward. You decide who you are. You decide the results you're going to be getting in any area of your life. No one else. Even if it's challenging anything you've ever known, even if your whole family was a certain way, you could be totally different actually. You're the one that decides that. So coming out of this video at the very end here, I want you to declare something new for yourself. I want you to decide that you're going to do things differently moving forward, and that's inevitably going to lead you to a different result. And if it's better, if you're more empowered thinking, right? The what if I could, right? How can I? Instead of I can't do that because of, how can I? How can I do that with where I'm at, even with the limitations I have? How can I still do it? How can I still get from here to here? The last analogy I want to leave you with, imagine you're driving from where you are right now to a desired destination, okay? And imagine you put in the address on the GPS and you take the fastest route, and let's just say it's on a highway, but let's just say the highway is closed down for construction, right? What do most people do is they actually hit the construction and they're like, oh no, this road is blocked. I just turn around and go right back to where they started. No. Would we actually do that in life? No. We want to understand that there's many roads that will lead you to your destination. And if you hit, failure or disappointment or some limitation on one road or one path, you could choose a different path. You can overcome it or go backwards to go forwards, to go around it, right? Whatever that looks like, that's the last analogy I want to leave you with is there's hundreds of different paths to where you're going. You just have to choose to say that I'm not going to take no for an answer. I'm not going to give up this easily anymore. I'm going to become a person who will find a way to make it happen, right? I'm going to become a person who, even if I don't know what I'm doing, I'm going to do it anyways. And I'm going to fail forward. I'm going to figure it out on my way there, right? Again, you're going to find a way. What if you could, right? How can you? Those are the questions I want you to start asking yourself in 2024. Okay. So with that, I hope this serves you amazingly well, and I will see you in the next video.